All right. Good evening, Mr. Stoner. So how is the evening? I hope you okay. I'm really I'm really excited to hear that. I'm okay, thank you. I'm so excited to have you here, and it is a pleasure indeed. Yeah, indeed. So I will start up by asking you to introduce yourself. Then from there, I will start. I will first introduce myself. Then from there, I will ask you to introduce yourself. From there, we can start the question and answer session. Yeah, by the way, m- my names are KB Kamara, a student of the University of the Gambia, major in procurement and supply chain management, and I'm also a minor of English language, and I am the director of communications in association called YAFI. I also serve as the chairperson of Avle Youth Development Association, and I'm also a secretary general in Young Intellectual and Motivational Speakers found in the Gambia. So this is me. I'm 22 of age. So, Mr. Stoner, I would like you to introduce yourself for the benefit of the audience to know who you are as a person and also as an artist. Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful brief introduction, and I hope that is amazing indeed. You are a wonderful person in this area. So, without wasting much time or without much to ado, I will delve into the question and answer session. So,
Okay.
Mr. Stoner, and I would like to ask you questions now regarding your career and how you want to be, as a musician. You know. So, my first question comes this way: when did you realize you wanted to be an artist? As an artist, when did you first realize that you should be an artist or you wanted to be an artist?
Well, I mean, I've always been an artist. That's just ever since I was young. What's always been. I grew up on music when I was younger. I was a choir. That's just the talent I was given. So I guess that's a real way to answer that. I guess people say what they know and everything else, but I mean, hey, I just kind of what it is.
Oh, thank you so very much for that wonderful, answer that you have given to me recently. I really appreciate it. All right, and I will not waste much time. I would like to, to delve into the next question.
Okay,
Okay,
sure.
which is, what inspires your work the most? What really inspires you the most to be an artist?
Well, I mean, really just being able to relate to people, tell my story, just have fun. I mean, there's so many other things besides just relating to people, enjoying myself, and I mean, what more can I say, really? Definitely, I mean, what else really is there? It's just you have to be yourself. If you're not yourself, then how can you grow? How can you learn? How can you just share your experience of who you are with someone else and for others to get to know you?
Oh, thank you for that wonderful answer. It really makes sense indeed. It really makes sense indeed. So, without much to ado, I would like to delve myself into the next question indeed. So, how has your style evolved over time?
Well, I feel like honestly, I'm still going and it's still growing, I would say. I can't say that it's evolved so much because I'm fairly new in really working on my craft. Let me say that much. I mean, I've always done music, but actually taking the time and just doing what needs to be done, that's what it is. That's where the growth is still so unknown. It's almost childlike in a way, you know? There's still so much growth. Really premature right now, you know?
Wow, thank you for that wonderful, answer. I can say you are one of your kind in terms of the music industry, because sometimes it used to be very difficult for some of the artists to answer some of these questions. Indeed, it is a bit challenging, and I can I can't wait to congratulate you on the way you answer questions here. I really appreciate them, indeed. So thank you so very much, Mr. Stoner B. you know, Viewers or listeners, he is Mr. Stoner. He's gonna be one of the youngest and the finest musician that you will ever come across the US. I call it. He's one of the top notch indeed. One, of course, my favorite. With the person who I always look up to, the person who I always listen to. He is just top notch. His humanity is just unquestionable. All right, Mr. Stonabi, I have another question, a very, very interesting question for you here again. And
Yeah, sure.
which says, what is the most meaningful piece you have ever created since you start, your music career?
Ooh, repeat that one more time just so I can really process that
Yeah, that's fine. It says, oh, what is the most meaningful piece you have ever created, as far as you started your music?
one. So far, the most meaningful piece? Oh, man. It's got to be something unreleased. It has to be something unreleased right now. Just because I guess maybe it would be the next project that I'm actually going to put out. Um, it's called Waves, and that's the newest one that I'm going to be releasing this coming up Friday. And I feel like it puts you in a state of kind of just a state of mind, you know? It relaxes you, it just kind of carries you away. And I think that's the best way that I kind of do my music in a sense. I make my music. Just kind of giving people a sense of just a moment away in time to just kind of just not have to deal with whatever's going on. You just kind of get to escape and just be you, be yourself, and just there's a moment of peace. I would say definitely.
Thank you for, yeah, definitely. Thank you for that wonderful answer. I really understood, and also I believe the viewers and also and the audience are really, really getting some piece out of the answers that you are really giving here. I myself am really learning a lot from you. That's why since the beginning I said your your humanity is just top notch. You know, it doesn't stop in the service of only your music.
Hmm.
Because as far as being an artist is concerned, you have to be someone who bring, peace to people's doorstep at all time,
Right, right.
who needs to motivate people, and I for one, you really motivate me to be who I am, or who I am really trying to be, as far as, as a young learner,
Hmm.
my journey is really concerned. So I really have another question for you, Mr. Stoner here. I believe today will be a lot of questioning and answers here,
Hey,
but
I mean,
it's wonderful. Yeah, yeah, it is wonderful. It is great. It is wonderful. Just wonderful to have this session with you indeed.
mhm.
The next question is, what message or emotion do you hope people feel when they listen to your music?
When they listen to music, some sort of relatability. Besides relatability, just a moment in time to kind of get away. You can also say, I mean, there's some party aspect to it, just enjoying yourself, having a good time. I mean, there's a few things that you could say, just how my music, the emotions that kind of come with it. Definitely a few things.
Oh wow, that is wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful indeed. What a good answer. You know, so like, music is something like it is a message, that you communicate to people. It could be entertaining, and it could be also be like a form of advice. It could be also a form of inspiration, like I always tell you. Like, you sing music for people to listen it and feel so much emotion on to never give up in life, to get them motivated and to get them to keep them going, no matter how they are doing in their life.
Right.
So that's a wonderful, answer that you have given right now. So how do you handle, creative blocks? How do you handle creative, blocks?
Creative blocks. Um, Honestly, that's difficult at times. There's times where I just have to stop and leave it alone and come back to it later. There was, it's a funny story. I was working on a song with a friend of mine, and it took me what, 2, 3 days just to get it, just to get it right. It took 2 or 3 days just to get it right, and I just had to kind of lock in. Uh, and it was the smallest part. It was the ending of my verse, and yeah, it just took a while. It took a while to get there, but I finally got there, and that's just what yeah, that's kind of how I handled it. I had to stop, try again the next day, and just kind of really practice what I had to then be able to finally get it done properly, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, indeed. Thank you for that wonderful, explanation or answer. I would also like to, when I'm done with questions, I will also like you to tell me some of the challenges that you really face as an upcoming artist, and some of the things that you wish you accomplished and you are not yet to get access to them. So when I'm done with the question, I would like you to elaborate more on those things. But before going to that, I have another question for you here.
Okay, yeah,
What project are you currently working on? Do you have any project that you are currently working on as an artist?
sure. Well, current working on, I will say, there's a few. Um, Working on a couple just by myself. Um, Working on a couple with a few of my friends from 5150. Working on a couple with a few of my friends from MKM. So some East Coast, some West Coast, even some down south with my friend Amich, and back home with my friend Saint. So there's a few different projects that I'm working on, and there's supposed to be a couple of remixes that are coming out with my friend from the UK. So big shout out to you. Um, but yeah, so and even I will say that for some of the songs I've already done, I want to try to do or try to get some covers done that are in a few different languages as well, from like Chinese to Brazilian to like Korean and Spanish. So I mean, just so everyone can kind of um, just for the people that don't understand English or English isn't their first language or they don't know anything about it, they can still kind of relate to just the music that I put out and everything.
Oh, wonderful. We can just wait to see those projects. Those are wonderful initiatives indeed. And we wish you wonderful, journey to accomplish those projects as soon as possible. Indeed, without wasting much time, I really have another question for you, So
Yeah,
how do you see the role of, how do you see the role of music in today's society?
music in today's society is, I mean, from it's so prevalent. I've noticed that from for people who want to advocate for things, it works for there. For just people who want to just escape and just enjoy them and just be in the moment, it works for them. For I mean, others just we're trying to get through day to day life. I mean, it works for them too. So it's all it's prevalent in more ways than one. Even when you look at spiritual as well, it works in that realm as well. So there's so many ways that just music works. It goes so many, literally so many.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's really wonderful indeed. I really have another, second to last question for you, indeed. Um, yeah, the question will be like, how do you promote your music? How do you promote your music? Is it by, any means that you really promote your music? Do you have any form, like socials or something like that? How do you really promote your music as an artist?
I mean, I do have like all my socials that I'm on, but music specifically, I have an Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. I mean, I really got a link tree that kind of just has all my socials and it taps into really everything that I'm doing. So, from the music to the photography to the gaming to the modeling. So, I mean, there's so many things that you can kind of find on my link tree, and I'll post that up once the interview is over on it. And yeah, you can hey, that'll just be what it is. That's where people can check me out and see kind of what goes on day in my life type thing.
Yeah, that really makes sense indeed, and I'm happy to hear that answer from you indeed. It really makes sense. It really makes sense. So, me ask, Stoner B, I really have one, interesting question for you before we close this wonderful interview. The question would be like, what advice will you give to young or upcoming artists? What advice do you really have for these people?
The advice that I have, I would say it's just what I'm doing right now. You keep trying your best every day. You keep pushing through, and you do what you love. It's definitely going to be challenging. It's definitely going to be more. It's going to be difficult. There are days when it's going to be difficult. There are days when it's going to be easy. But if you just keep pushing yourself and just try the best that you can to be the best that you are. I mean, that's all you can really do. Really it, literally.
Yeah, that's wonderful indeed. That's wonderful. I'm really, glad to hear from you and to, get all these answers from you. It is indeed a wonderful interview. Indeed, a wonderful interview.
Thank you.
So, the last very thing that I will ask you is like, do you have any challenges that you are currently facing, or that you do face as an artist or an upcoming artist, as far as your is concerned? What are those challenges so that the listeners or the audience can also listen and to know way forward to get you out of this? Thank you.
Repeat that one more time, because that was a loaded
Yeah,
question. That was a real loaded question.
yeah. I mean, what are some of the challenges you face as an artist? Some of the challenges that you face,
Mm.
the challenges that you face in that are really disturbing, like, or that are really keeping you back as far as your music journey is concerned. Some of the challenges, indeed.
I mean, challenges kind of come around everywhere where I face. Oh man, even when it comes to songs I want to make, lyrics I want to write. I mean, I was working on. There's another story time. I was working on a new song, and that's just yeah, it took me out because I was like, I'm not feeling how it's starting off, and I mean, there's like so many. I want to rework what I have currently actually for it because I feel like I could do better, but then I'm like, there's nothing else coming in the brain, so I'm just like, all right, there's that. I mean, besides that, just really finding ways to promote myself as an artist. Oh man, just figuring
So,
out.
so, do you really have, some financial challenges, to in promoting your music as an artist in terms of financial reference, that really disturbs you or that gives you setbacks indeed?
I feel like everybody financially has some type of, I guess, situation, problem, however you want to look at it, depending on what they would do or depending on where they want to get to, even if they're at like a, even if they're at a good place, there's still, that whole saying, there's still more you could be doing, which is wild. But yeah, definitely. I mean, there's always going to be financial struggles when it comes to the music because, I mean, unless you're making the money, you have to make the money to, support your music. So that's just kind of how that goes.
Well, thank you so very much for that wonderful answer. I'm really glad you are able to answer all my questions, and it is indeed a great pleasure to have you here. Before we take a leave of you, I would like you to, do you have any word of thanks, to the people or the audience, being my friends or your friends that are currently listening to you or that will listen to you in the near future? Do you have any word of thanks to them?
I mean, besides just thank you guys for just giving me an opportunity to just listen to what I have, and I mean, shout out to the ones that have been there since day one. Even if we talk about, the random car studios, right? Just we all know. Um, I mean, besides that, we got shout out to the producer that's always been there. Elmo, shout out to you. Me, shout out to you. You've always been there. Tree, shout out to you. You've always been there. I mean, Biggs, Poos, let's see what Saint, and there's the list kind of goes on and on. Cap, shout out to you. There's a lot of people. I could go on and on. I mean, Cheyenne Autumn. There's a list. There's a list of people that really kind of just have really stuck with. Janaea, there's a lot of mentions that what we mentioned, and even Angela, and there's a few that have been there from just from the in more ways than one. Fendi, shout out to you, M Kim, myself, all them. 5150 Trip, Jama, Dada, shout out to y'all. There's just people that have, I guess, seen more. Red, shout out to you. But there have been a lot of people that have seen more, and they see more potential in me than I see in myself, and that's one thing that I'm very thankful for, even though I don't speak on it a lot, or I don't see it at times, but I see it. So definitely shout out to you. The list can go on and on. Trainer, shout out to you, MVP. Um, yeah, combat. Who else? Oh man, Cheddar, Foe. Yeah, shout out to you guys. There's just the list goes on and on and on.
Yeah, thank you for that wonderful indeed, the wonderful shout out to people that you for the thanks. But to your surprise, I'm really having so many friends, of you that I introduce you to, and they also feel like they really like you and they will always love to hear from you or to listen to your music. And what message do you have for your fans that you are, are in the Gambia? And we are really appreciating. We will really appreciate to have you here one day, with us, to serve as one of our, majority artists that we really welcome to the Gambia. So what message do you have for the people of the Gambia?
I just got to get ready for the ride, and it's always gonna be something different. I mean, the more that I learn about your guys' music and you guys put me on stuff too, I'm definitely gonna try some of it in there. Definitely.
And we will love to have you here one day. One day, this one day, we really love to have you here. So tell them that you will have them. You are eager to meet them one day. Yeah,
Oh,
and it is
definitely.
not going to be an eating. It is
Oh
not
yeah,
going to be an eating. You
definitely.
have
Yeah,
so much fun,
I'm
like you have
definitely.
so many fun.
I definitely out there one day. I mean, gotta see what it's about. Just kind of experience it as a whole. See how I can embrace what's there, and just see how it can help grow me, mold me, and change me as a person. Because I mean, definitely something that's gonna be that I would have never known or expected. Definitely.
It is definitely a family team between me and you. So my home is your home.
Mm-hmm.
So take Gambia as one of your homes. And I would be really glad to have you here, bro. It is a pleasure indeed. A pleasure indeed.
Definitely. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so it is indeed a great pleasure and great honor to have you. So thank you for your time and looking forward to working with you and networking with you soon. Thank you and see you soon.
Definitely.
That
Thank
is
you.
gonna be for you. That is gonna be for you. And I am the interviewer, Kibika, on all my social blogs, in Facebook, Instagram, and also Stonaby is in all the social medias. If you are interested to follow him, you go to YouTube, you go to Facebook, you can go to Instagram, you can go to X and other social blogs, to hear from his music. I'm sure he's one of his kind, and you will really love his music, brother.
Yeah,
Thank you so very much, Stonaby, to have you here, and I'm really glad indeed. I'm really glad to have you here.
definitely. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I mean, I'll definitely post, like I said, I'll post my link trip, which I love my socials, and I'll definitely make sure I post up your socials as well so everybody can check you out. Because, I mean, like, this is the first podcast for you as well. So, this is just kind of even opening up other avenues and other ways. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, brother. I'm really, really glad. And for you, the audience, I thank each and every one of you who, endeavor to listen to this wonderful interview. And thanks for your time. We really appreciate it. I can see there are stickers. They're sending us stickers. In it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you, man.
this
Thank
is
you.
Adam Sticker. This one is just Adam Sticker. Adam Sticker, thank you so very much for
Yeah,
following us throughout the interview. And we really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. Indeed. So thank you so much. And see you next time.
all
Indeed.
right. See you next time. Thank you. Appreciate
All
it.
right. Once again, I'm KB and he is Tona B, and we will see you next time in the. You're welcome. All right. The other one, Adam Seka, is saying you're welcome. All right. Thank you so very
Yeah,
much, Adam. Really
definitely. Thank
appreciate you and looking forward to see you the next time.
you. Yeah.
All right. See you next day. See you next.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Was there any other questions that you wanted to ask just before we got here? No, there had to be something else on your mind.
Yeah, my question will be like a request for you, Nico. That is, we really want to receive you here in Gambia, this Mali of Africa one day. Just one day, okay? We will really appreciate that indeed. I would love you to visit my country and to see how the people really will want to hear from your music and also to socialize with you and to know more about you as a person indeed.
Well, hey, I mean, yeah, definitely. We gotta see the Smiling Coast because I'm pretty sure there's something that there's probably a few things that I could take and learn from experience. I'll say. I mean, whether it be for the music, for like clothing, even for modeling. I'm pretty sure you guys got some pretty cool sites over there that are just breathtaking. You know.
Yeah, this other one also will be like, to talk about the WhatsApp group that I'm having, that
Mm.
you are one of the participants or one of the members. I'm really having a WhatsApp group that is named, Friends Around the World. So
Mm-hmm.
anybody who is interested to join this wonderful platform, it's for everybody across the world, being in the US, UK, Australia, any part of the world indeed. So you can talk to somebody. He's one of the admins of that wonderful platform, and I myself, KB, I'm one of the admins of that wonderful platform. So anybody who is interested to join the friends around the world, you are highly welcome indeed, highly welcome.
Definitely. Tawi, shout out
And
to you
and
too. Shout out.
and and for I also have a wonderful, education platform that is about young people. We really need, some projects. We groom people who, will be very good. Like I'm one of them. Adam, who's joining us right now, is one of us, and who, nurture people to be very good in public speaking and also to be able to interview people. So we are really on a project that we really need assistance from anybody across the world in it to help these young people to grow and to be intellectual, to be like stand firm and to know how to speak in public, to also be a very good interviewers at the end of the day. So you will be highly welcome if you have any project for us. So this is it indeed.
Definitely. And I mean, I really feel like that's actually important when it comes to just kind of learning, growing. As I mean, whether being an artist, just daily life. I mean, there's so many things that we learn that can help us grow as individuals. So I should have look into that as well. Because I mean, the more you know, that's what people used to say. It's one of those slogans that was around. But the more you know, it's just so true.
Yeah, absolutely indeed. So do not hesitate to, advertise a project. It's about young intellectual and motivational speaker, and I serve as the secretary of that association. And Adama, who is also one of the audience here right now, is also serve as the assistant secretary general of that association. So you can also be one of the tools that will advertise our project and also to bring any important thing that will help us develop young people to be young people across the globe to be more firm in public speaking and to be good interviewers in terms of public speaking and other things. So that will be really appreciated. Thank you so very much, Sonabe. Your humanity is just top notch, and we really appreciate you indeed. And looking forward to see you one day and to network with you as well.
Yeah,
Thank you
so
so
good. I
very
really
much.
appreciate it. Definitely, I'm out there. We worked the way. We worked the way to be out there. Definitely.
One of the audience that is saying you are welcome, Mister. So you are also part of the intellectual and motivational speakers and can also encourage others also to join us as much as you can to to boost our project. And this will be like a full of our association. We really need project. We really need big people to join us. We really need people to group to
Yeah.
us to grow and widen across the
Yeah,
So
definitely.
thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Definitely, really appreciate it indeed.
Yeah, definitely, man. Again,
Yeah, thank you once again. Thank you so very much once again for that wonderful interview with you.
yeah,
So when you have a word, you can just say that we wrap up everything. Thank you so very much.
yeah. I mean, to wrap everything up, like we all can't do it by ourselves, you know. The one thing that I've been learning that's kind of helped people life is everybody has to help everybody. And in times when we don't want to, or we feel like we can't, just we never know the impact that we have. So another shout out to people out there. So yeah, but definitely, yeah, we never know the impact that we have when it comes to just the people that we in our lives, and every little thing kind of matters. Doesn't matter how it kind of comes around, but when you pay attention, you see. Then yeah, I mean it's show, and then I'll have you grab. So that's really it. Everything, honestly.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for that wonderful. I can say it was a motivation and inspiration indeed. So thank you so very much. And you, to audience, everyone who is listening, as soon as we start the audio subject, we will forward to everybody who is interested to listen to it. So thank you so very much. You can also catch him on YouTube. Just click IStunnaB and you can go there and listen to this interview and also listen to everything that was being communicated here. Any latest music that he up you do his blog, you will access to it. Also promote it as much as you can. So thank you so very much once again, Mr. IStunnaB. Your humanity is just we really appreciate it indeed.
Great. I appreciate it very much.
All right, you as well. We wish you all a wonderful evening or morning, whatever time you are right now. Thank you, time. We really appreciate it. So
Yep.
see you next month.
All
See
right.
you
See you.
next.
That's next.
All right.